Hi, welcome to yet another episode of Books to Boardroom with Dr. Kiran. Today we have Yulia. Yulia is a sales coach working at Astaco. I'm sure today's episode is going to be really interesting for a lot of people who are aspiring to be successful salespeople. So let's hear from the coach itself that what is the most important components which one should have to become a great salesperson. Julia, welcome.
Thank you for having me here.
How are you?
I'm good so far.
So I'm good. Yulia, can you just tell me, sales coach, Astaco? So can you just give a little background about Astaco as well as your role as a sales coach at Astaco?
Well, Astico is the biggest property management company in Dubai. It's the oldest, I assume, it's 36 years in the market. And with me having a big background in real estate, I used to run a real estate company, then I transited into being a coach. So we decided that it's going to be the perfect match for me to coach them, having a lot of agents, property managers, and overall lots of employees that I can coach and increase their sales. So yeah, I joined them half a year ago. Before that, I used to help them from outside, and now I'm a full part of Astico team.
So what is a sales coach? I mean, who is a sales coach? What does you do?
A sales coach is a sales guru. It's somebody who, so what I do, I actually teach a salesperson what exactly he needs to do to reach from A to Z to close a deal. Because usually sales people, they are like, I'm just gonna go with the random approach, do something and close a deal. So what exactly I do is I explain people what they do when they're successful. Because in one day you're closing lots of deals, in another day you fail. So I explain you what exactly you've done right in that particular day. And in fact, there is a simple formula like in mathematics. You just follow it and you close deals.
So you see, in most of the organizations, you have sales manager.
Yeah.
Then you have sales executives reporting to sales manager.
Yeah.
So where does this sales coach fit in?
Yeah, so because sales manager, he has to manage a team. He has to motivate them, to help them closing deals, has to tell them what to do. When sales coach is bringing a theory, is explaining how to do it right. It's more like a teacher. When it comes to a vast amount of employees, when there is a lot of people in organization, so there is needed a support, particular in making professionals. Because the real estate market in Dubai, and I guess everyone would agree, lacks professionals. Like there's not so many good real estate agents who know exactly what they're doing. So being me a sales coach, I'm bringing them this professionalism and making a sharp, real estate agents.
So when you say sales coach, are you only focusing only on real estate sales coaching? No. So you do, because the sales remain the same for irrespective,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah, it's the same how you're in marketing. Yeah, so like when you know how to do a sale, when you know how to sell a villa, yeah, so you can easily sell a phone or sell a dress because the formula is the same. In fact, sales is the act of persuading a person to agree with you. So in fact, I can sell you now my idea. So that's a sale as well. So my job is to explain people how to convince others to buy what they're selling. And I've been doing IT sales, insurance, even restaurants sales. We've been done retail, B2B, B2C. So it doesn't really matter which kind of industry. As long as you need to sell something, I can help.
So basically, when you say a sales coach is training or coaching a salesperson how to do, so does it matter that person need to have a minimum number of years in sales, or you can coach somebody who's fresh graduate coming and taking the first job, and you can take that forward from 0 to the Z level, what you're looking at?
Personally, I like more fresh graduates because they don't have those bad habits that I have to change. Yeah. But normally it can be both. It can be somebody who has experience and they're open to learn. So then we can teach them. Or those fresh graduates who are keen to learn, who are hungry for experience, for knowledge. So you can share and they will start doing it right straight away. So there is no need to try and fail when you can learn straight away. That's it.
So you said some bad habits. So what are the bad habits of a salesperson?
Bad habits of a salesperson is to start pitching a product without actually asking what client wants. This is what is a common mistake, right? When you enter in a shop, salesperson start pitching you straight away without even caring what is your desires. This is number one. Number two is not actually listening what the client says and go with your flow, or being too pushy, or being not enough pushy. You know, those kind of habits comes from the fact that they closed deals before using this strategy, so they think this is how it works, and it's not. So yeah, this is the hardest part. As for me as a sales coach, the toughest part is to change their habits, change their belief, how they've been doing it before, and teach them how to do it right and ethical as well.
So then how long does this process takes? I mean, if you're getting a new fresh graduate to make them a good salesperson, or you get an experienced salesperson having some bad qualities to change the whole thing. So is it a one-day event, two-day event? Is it a continuous process? So how does it work?
So I have, if you talk just about salespeople, I have 5 days training, where I start first from the psychological part, so understanding yourself, your attitude, you know, how a salesperson should think. Second is about understanding the buyer, how to gain buyer's trust, how to make them like you. And the third, fourth, and the fifth day are about sales process. This is like a sort of introduction in sales world. If they're reading, like if they're catching very fast, yes, they can learn. But from my practice, I know that it needed a continuous, you know, ongoing training to make sure that whatever we learn was implemented. It can be done by me, it can be done by a manager. If a manager has enough skills and can keep up with my work and checking the calls, joining the meetings and seeing that the salesperson actually does what he was taught, then yes, I believe it's, you know, it says that 21 days is needed to create a habit. So yes, I believe around a month, if you continuously, you know, doing the same thing, you teach, you follow up, so you create that right habit. For a beginners, it's easier because they don't have any habits, they start just following your instructions.
So that means now you work for Astaco as a sales coach. So do you only train Astaco salespeople, or you train external salespeople too? One. Two, does organizations contact you, or if somebody want to become a successful salesperson as an individual and he want to know before he joins some organization, can he also contact you personally and say that I like to learn, I'm ready to pay from my pocket rather than that? So how does it work for you?
Great question. So yes, I do teach Astico, all Astico staff for sales. I do outsource sales trainings, which I provide outside of real estate. So real estate is with Astico. Everything else I do train outside. And if an individual want to learn from me, I have an online course. Yeah, so it is an online course where they listen to the lessons, and then I check the homeworks, because all my courses, they also have homeworks and tasks. Yeah, so, I'm a proper teacher, you know.
So just want to know, like here, can anybody be a good salesperson?
Yes.
Anyone can be.
Anyone.
You don't say that you need to have specific characteristics or personality to be a salesperson, because they say you need to be an extrovert, then you can be a good salesperson. You need to have great communication, then only you can be a great person. So
I do not believe in that. I honestly believe that every person can learn. You know, it's not something that you need an extra muscle to do that. There is a theory that you need to follow. Yes, somebody can be more extroverted and more talkative, and he can close more. But from another side, let's say I'm a very extroverted person, which I am not, but I seem like I'm very extroverted, I talk a lot. If I encounter a very introverted person, I'm gonna be too much. So he will need a very close introverted person who can understand him. So I consider every salesperson has its own clientele, his own target audience. So I don't believe it's about which kind of person you are, it's more what you want. Like if you really are keen to succeed and you really want to do it, you're going to do it.
So it all depends on the individual personality. If they want to succeed, irrespective of their personality, they will be able to, you can coach them to ensure that they can be successful in that angle.
And I've seen cases of people that I would never think that they can succeed in sales, but they listen, they follow the steps, and they became the top sellers in real estate, which is not the easiest profession.
So you've been a salesperson, so you understand what exactly. So when you say that, okay, I have a systematic way, so that means you follow a certain process.
Yeah.
So can I know what is the sales process, what you adopt or impart to these people to be a great salesperson? How is your coaching process?
See, you're getting from you free tips. Fine. So there is 5 steps which has to be followed. Yeah. So first we have to greet the client. The greeting is the most important part of sales because you don't have a second chance to create a first impression, right? Secondly is programming. So you kind of inform the client what is going to happen next. So you're going to inform him that I'm going to present your product. Then are the questions. So what everyone in sales are missing is to ask the right questions. So I'm explaining in our training which kind of questions, what these questions are giving you and what you need to find out. And then the presentation, and then objections and how to answer them. This is where all the agents fail, right? Everyone are afraid of objection and rejection. Objections and close. And of course, this is the best case scenario, and there is the seventh part, which is follow-up. We need to follow up as much as possible to close the deal. There's a statistic, by the way, it's interesting, that 40% of salespeople never do the second touch. So that means that you just call again your client, you already are better than half of salespeople.
So during the sales coaching nowadays, technology is quite a lot used in organizations. So do you use any sort of technology in or simulation in your sales training or coaching?
First of all, I use call tracking. So before doing any sort of training, I do an audit and I listen to the calls. So I highlight the main mistakes and I customize the training according to the mistakes they have. Second is a CRM system. I consider that every organization should use a proper CRM system which has lead tracking, which has a tracking of the emails, of the calls. Everything has to be in one place, and pretty much that's it. Yeah, because I'm more about soft skills, how to talk and so on. And I have another training which is for managers. Yeah, so that is a different part. That is where we look at the reports, the strategy, the planning, marketing. This is a completely different story.
Okay, so basically, yeah, sales is more like a soft skill, but again, understanding what are the soft skill, how to improvise that, something which definitely you take care of them from a sales point of view or a coaching point of view.
Yeah.
So once, for example, you give a proper training, okay, you have coached these people, and then they are now in the field. Do you evaluate? You go back and monitor or evaluate at certain point of time that whether it's working really well, everything is going good, or what sort of impact it has created?
Ideally, yes. It depends really on the organization, right? If our agreement is that I'm doing an ongoing training, so that would mean that I would visit this office on the weekly basis. I'll evaluate every agent. I will listen to their calls. I would check their numbers, their performance. I will do a role play. We will see how they talk, how they learn. I'll find out, highlight mistakes and stuff. Usually it is done by me. It can be done by the sales manager as well. But yes, definitely, at school is the same. You can't just present a topic and forget about this. You need to check if students actually learned it. So it's the same.
So feedback and monitoring is something which you do, you continuously do that?
Before audit, training, and then monitoring, okay. Yeah.
I think a lot of salespeople, they were doing successful during, before, maybe 2 years back when market was fantastic. Now, COVID has really impacted a lot of sectors, right? It's not necessarily the customers are losing jobs, and maybe a lot of people don't have money. So salespeople are finding it extremely difficult to close deals.
Okay.
So what is your suggestion for these salespeople right now in terms of if they're finding it extremely difficult to close, it's not because the product is bad or the price is bad, because of the external environment which is not in their hand. So what ideally a salesperson should do now?
Okay, first of all, about COVID, I think salespeople are the least affected by COVID compared to others because they wasn't all on the salary base, so they could, kind of not lose their job, but they still could generate income. I know agents who are closing deals in Carrefour because this is the only place you could go on lockdown, so they would meet clients there and closing deals. So those who are very, active when they knew their job, they're still doing well. A lot of markets are picking up now. As for salespeople, I would recommend to work in the companies and, on the products that are in demand. it is sad to say, but if hospitality doesn't work, like just find a job, something that works, because some industries fail, some industries grow, For example, if you go back to real estate, is growing up really well right now, yeah? And another thing, after COVID, we need to adjust to a new reality. Like, for example, if you used to do a lot of meetings face-to-face, adjust to something else, learn Zoom, learn calling, learn WhatsApp, like try to customize to what people are doing right now. I think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Final question, I come to this one, right? You are a sales coach. You coached more number of salespeople. You are working for an organization coaching the salespeople. So I would like to, if somebody is watching this, like to know what they should do as an organization to have the best salespeople, and for a salespeople, what they should do to be a better salesperson. What will be your recommendation for an organization as a sales coach, as well as a salespeople as a sales coach?
For organization to get the best salespeople, you have to provide the best environment for salespeople, because sales is not a one-person game. It's a team. It's a marketing, is a after-sales support. So you as an organization has to provide a right climate and education. You cannot expect that a person gonna succeed at their job if they don't have support. If you don't know how to teach sales, invite a coach. If you don't know how to do marketing, find a marketing company. So like, don't try to improvise the bicycle by yourself. Somebody already did it. Just take help and do it right. I know good salespeople work in companies for years, 10 years, 20 years, if they are having the right support. Yeah, like for example, if you go back to Astico, my colleagues work there for 20 years. I have colleagues for 15 years. So this tells me something. Yeah, like if in one company somebody works for a long time, it means that the company is supporting them, which is very important. And for a salesperson, if they want to succeed at their job, they need to learn. Never give up, never stop learning. There's always, like, if you go back to an example from the past, there was Nokia. They were the best in the market. And at some point, they relaxed, and out of nowhere appeared Apple, and they smashed them. Yeah. So even if you think that you are good, never relax at this market. You always need to try to upgrade, to learn more, to find the ways how you can improve yourself, to reach new markets, new knowledge. Like a good entrepreneur, they have to read at least 3 books a month. This is how they say. So if you want to be successful, you need to learn as much as possible about your profession.
I think it's wonderful, Yulia, because see, for most of the organization, they don't give much importance to salespeople.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, the salespeople are the people who generate the revenue for the organization. Through that, they make the profit and sustain the whole organization. So it's very important organization provide a great working conducive environment for the salespeople.
Exactly.
So that they can bring better results, stay there for a long period of time, because hiring new salespeople might take time to bring business. So if they can stay long, they can bring more business. So to give everything what they need, what you told. So if they need maybe upgradation, so hire maybe sales coaches to upgrade them so that they can even perform much better. And for a salesperson, even if you're successful today, but to be successful in every business environment, you need to keep upgrading yourself. So either you yourself can go and get further coached, or learn and do better things in such a way that you can keep innovating. And by keep innovating, you can keep growing in an organization.
Yes, you're right.
Thanks a lot, Yulia, for I'm
Thank
sure
you.
a lot of students, because my channel is basically oriented for students who are undergraduates and postgraduates. I'm sure they will be aspiring to be great salespeople in great organization. And your tips will really help them what they should do before they jump into the sales, and that so that they can sustain in that organization for a long period of time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
I hope you guys had a wonderful session. I think those guys who are looking forward to start a sales career, or somebody who's already been in a sales career, so you heard from a sales coach that what you should be doing. And people who think that I am not having the quality of being a great salesperson, don't worry. According to her experience, you can develop those skills. So keep developing the skills so that you'll be able to grow to be a great salesperson. Till I come up with someone in the next episode, stay tuned. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.